We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had
This is Hank and the Hornet.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The city of Dallas, Texas. This is it. Opening day. The regular DA. It's all. Well, great attitude. His work inside, a big part of it, DA. Thanks. Opening night, Brent, always exciting. Technically, every team is undefeated with a lot of hope.
You're just fired up. I mean,
I am fired
up. The NBA never stops, Kevin. We know this, right?
Isn't it great, though? I'm so glad it doesn't stop.
The offseason is just absolutely ridiculously exciting.
So fun.
So much movement and hope for franchises that, you know, have struggled for a long time. And here we go. Hope springs eternal. It's opening night.
And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Kevin Love out there with Porter. And it's Howard in at the 5 down low. And for Dallas, inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Then it's Porter. Then there's Doncic, and it's George in at the point guard.
Well, it's still a little jarring to see Che in this uniform. We're just so used to seeing him in the colors of his old team, but he made a big decision over the summer to join this roster.
He did, didn't he? And you know what, GA? There was a lot of demand for Che heading into the offseason, but you have to like where he ended up. With him on this roster, they're looking as scary as any team right now in the league. Here's Garland. The Mavericks making the shot. To halt the run. The jump hook. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Dallas moving it around. Porzingis. The shot's good on the assist by George.
They can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
Now, here's Garland, defended by George. Pass to Howard. Now here's Love, guarded by Powell. Three-pointer, 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Doncic. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Porzingis finds Porter. Outside, George. Another 3 for Dallas.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Love outside. The pass to Sexton. Beyond the arc. Powell pulls it in. Dallas with the ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace.
You think about the Cavs and the 2 MVP awards that were won for that franchise. Of course, that was LeBron James in back-to-back seasons, both in 2009 and 2010.
The Cavaliers trail by 13. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Garland, the pass to Howard. Outside Porter. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And then in 2013 with Miami, LeBron Brent finished one ballot shy, earning all the MVP votes.
Well, we wouldn't see a unanimous MVP winner until Steph Curry did it in 2016. But just as impressive, if not more so, LeBron James with a total of 4 MVP trophies over a 5-year span. Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
A nice shot by George.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting. And tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat, Greg. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And Curry subbed in for Doncic. Now here's Nance. Here's Thomas.
You know, the offense is sputtering a bit here, starting to fall behind.
George dishes to Curry. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Now here's Exum, guarded by Curry. Thomas passes to Osman. Back to Thomas. From deep three-point range. No good that time. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing and the lead seems to be growing.
Now here's Exum. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. They need this. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. The 5'9" Isaiah Thomas has made a career out of proving his doubters wrong.
Ever since I was a little boy, I always...
Well, no question. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. A different look now for Cleveland. The deep three from George. No good on the quick three.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then it's Otto Porter Jr. And it's George in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And how about the balance of Doncic on that possession? Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
That free throw good from Doncic. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Outside, George. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got assist number 5 here tonight.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Here's George. Good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
To the right side. Sexton the pass to Howard. Back to Sexton. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Porzingis. Selected with the 8th pick back in the 2018 draft, Colin Sexton, the main reward for the Cavs after the Kyrie Irving trade.
Sexton wearing the same number 2 jersey as Irving doesn't feel the need to measure up to expectations created by Kyrie. Cavs fans, though, hope he does.
Nice shot by Porzingis.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Now, here's Garland. He's tightly guarded. We've got 22 seconds left here in the second. 13 feet away. Sexton's shot is good. Sexton's got 8 here in the quarter.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Here's George. 4 seconds left. Can't get the layup.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And so it's the Dallas Maverick. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
On the court for Cleveland, Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Porter is out there with Kevin Love, and it's Howard in at the 5, patrolling the paint.
How about Kristaps taking a little something out on that rim?
Each team has a catalyst, Brent. Some guys are ball dominant, who play within the flow of the offense. Is there one approach better than the other?
Obviously, great coaches, Kevin, are going to find what it is that their best player does well. And as many times as I could get my best player into that situation, that's what I'm going to do. So if it's Harden in isolation, James Harden's going to be in isolation. If it's Steph Curry setting off-ball screens and relocating for threes, well, I'm going to do that too. So it all comes down to a fit with the player, his skill set, and how the coach wants to use that best.
Clock at 4. There's Garland. Tries again, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Kevin Love getting a little clever out there. Fantastic to get the D to bite on that pump fake.
The Cavaliers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And in the summer of 2018, Kevin Love signed a 4-year, $120 million extension to remain in Cleveland.
Yeah, and Kevin right now is the bridge from what was to potentially what will be. And in that what will be scenario, what will be happening is Kevin Love probably gets traded at some point, but he's been great for Cleveland. He's been a great ambassador for the city. The things that he's doing off the court philanthropically have been amazing, and Kevin Love is not done in the NBA. Still another team out there for him to go to and contribute to. Well, those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy hoops.
Thomas, no good. George passes to Porzingis. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And that's 17 points for Porzingis. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for Cleveland. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. And the Mavericks making a change here. Finney-Smith's checked in. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Zizic has checked in. And Nance kicks to Exum. Pass to Osman. Down low. Here's Zizic, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Outside Curry. Lob pass to George, and it's George finishing it off.
He pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Passes it to Osman. To the left side wing. Here's Zizic. Back to Osman. Cleveland moving it around. Exum deciding where to go with it. Here's Nance. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. For Dallas, they've gotten every shot to drop since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Always going up for the alley-oop here, and it's George finishing it off.
They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
Pass to Osman. Here's Zizic. Back to Osman. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Here's Nance. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's Thomas. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Cleveland shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The first free throw is good. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Curry. Then for the Cavaliers, Plumlee, he's checked in for Zizic. Porter comes in for Jetty Osman. And it's Sexton in for Exum. George looking around. A beautiful reverse layup. George has got 31.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
The 3 from Thomas, nailed from three-point land. Thomas got 5.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
George double teamed. To the inside. It's stolen by Nance. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And he lobs it up, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Combine the fluid movement and the explosiveness, and Plumlee brings it down.
Now here is George, defended by Sexton. Kleba, the pass to Hardaway. George double teamed, tipped away. And oh, here we go with Thomas. Nobody back. Drops in the breakaway layup. Thomas got 7 points for the quarter.
Sexton bullying a bit there in that possession.
George from deep three-point land. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Even though the
look for Dallas. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Georgia subbed in for Jalen Brunson. A little over a minute and a half of the 4th quarter gone now. They've got Marjanovic. Jackson is out there with Porter. Then it's DeLon Wright, and it's George in at the point. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. A nice shot by Exum.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And there's the pass to Marjanovic. That ball's nice speed that time from George.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Garland, the pass to Love. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Brett, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice in there?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time, coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right, all about communication.
That communication, and communication as quick as you possibly can, that's an important factor.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Pass to Osman, and he jams it with authority.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's Marjanovic, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Mavericks.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for George.
And with all these assists, it's obvious how well that he can see the entirety of the floor out there. If an easy bucket is to be had, he'll find it.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Clock at 6. Jackson dishes to George. And it's Zizic with the rebound. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 16-7 run. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. First free throw is good. And the Mavericks with some changes. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Wright.
Boy, he'd sure like to have that misback. Hard to chip away at a lead when you're leaving freebies at the line. And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Zizic, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
Well, for the Mavericks, they can just run out the clock. Now, here is George, guarded closely. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team. But
Commend this sort of confidence, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.
It's been a long